Here we go again. Uh, J to the AYZ. Normally, I promote my album, but this video is not about promotion. So I'm not gonna say anything pertaining to my new music coming out. But everybody know that it's an album dropping. People know what time it is. I've been laying low for a minute, so it's about that time for me to pop up, and really come back and get what's mine and really earn mine. So um, we talk about this beef, and I'm gonna talk about it uh, because both of them in the past have disrespected me, and I stay quiet. You know, talking about both parties, 50 Cent and Ti. I remained relatively quiet for years as they took little slugs at me. I chose not to say anything back because I know something about their lives that they have not uh, come to cope with yet, and they're still living off of trauma. Uh, See, 50 Cent's trauma was him being shot in front of his grandmother's house. These are life changing events that these gentlemen brought to the public. So this is no secret. Ti has dealt with multiple incarcerations, and the biggest one was I believe 2007 when he was indicted on the gun charges. I believe that was the most biggest changing thing of his career, life changing thing that he ever came into counter with. But in raw reality, is that I think the women that are connected to their families are responsible. That's why I wouldn't disrespect 50 Cent or Ti publicly. I just would bring awareness uh, to what is really wrong with their bloodlines and their family dynamic. So when we talk about informants and we talk about the welfare system and we talk about women that have had the upper advantage on men, even in the system as far as raising children. Well, when you get incarcerated, there's something that you're leaving behind. There's something that you're leaving behind that you can't replace. And in my opinion, I believe both men made a cardinal mistake that a lot of men make is letting a woman in your family raise your sons. So when you look at the disrespect that comes and how it trickles down from the bloodline, well, it trickles down and then it comes back up because of those women that are conniving, deceitful, and they're deceptive. And the reason I call some of those women those is because some of those women are in fact responsible for those men catching cases. Why do you think those women will be putting FBI agents on 50 Cent Ti? Well, because they both keep giving them something. See, if you keep giving the women in your family the power to raise your family, then don't be surprised when your sons, your blessing, your offspring, when they raise and they come up disrespecting you, and then ultimately they try to infiltrate your job. These are all character of a woman. Sons are typically happy when their fathers go to work. That's the reality of it. They may miss them, but they are happy. Unless a woman comes in and does some demonic things to alter the child's mind. So yeah, I believe the women in 50 Cent and Ti's family both set them up. That's why I would never say anything. It was shocking to me when I found out that they were beefing because I look at them as the same character. There's times that they give the women in their family more praise than they even give the Lord at times, and I've seen it. Well, a lot has changed since the 60s, since the Welfare Reform Act. And from that day forward, a lot of those grandmothers and mothers have become snitches. Um, are you guys ever going to call your grandmother a snitch? No, you're not. Your aunt, your mother, I don't think you guys are strong enough. So until you guys are strong enough to stand up to the women in your family, you can never stand up to Jay-Z. Then you ain't ready. That's why I wouldn't disrespect them. I don't have nothing but love for those two gentlemen, and I actually are rooting for them when they go back to their native countries. They both have enough money now. I believe they're worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I think that once they go back to their respective lands, they're going to be forced to face what I'm talking about. which is they're going to have to face reality, and they're going to have to realize that the most trauma that they have ever faced in their lifetime is from a woman. That's it. Same character. Um, and I say it's been happening since 95, 96, where even men in the hip hop community have put women up on a pedestal to the point where they have become uh, they've become untouchable in a sense. Well, not in my eyes, because if won't nobody else touch them, I will. So if won't nobody else say anything, I will. A lot of these gentlemen aren't really that rich. When I say a lot of these gentlemen aren't that rich, well, when you talk about paying for daycare, a lot of men aren't ready to stand up to the women in their family and simply say, I want to have a man in my bloodline watch my child. Well, see, those men have to deal with that first. They have to meditate and they have to pray. They have to deal with